There are always many starting points for me for a film, but one of them is my interest in depicting a married couple who've been together for a long time, were at a certain point in their lives, or a midway point in their lives, without children, and how in a couple, and I can relate to this because I'm married but I don't have children, and that partner, that other half of you in a way, takes on so many different roles. So they're sometimes your child, they're your husband sometimes, fortunately, they're also your mother, your father, your friend, and just those projections that happen in a relationship, and how that evolves over time, and then how those different roles reverberate within this within one space. So that was one of my interests, and also just I was interested in depicting a woman of a particular age and how she struggles to balance her creative life and her domestic home life, and just as a woman, how one has a kind of nurturing instinct, but then the creative drive that one has works against that. So how we're all trying to balance these different things in our lives. I like finding someone to play a part who I'm not associating with other roles. If you cast a very well-known actor, it doesn't mean that I never cast a well-known actor, but they're associated with a lot of other parts. And I'm interested in discovery, no matter what age the non-actor is. I'm very excited about discovering somebody on the screen for the first time. And it's something Bresson was very strong about, was actually casting someone only once. Only a few times did you cast someone again, because you're sort of capturing the soul of that person for the duration of that film. And I think sometimes you capture something and it's not repeatable. And I feel that actually with Viv Albertine and Liam Gillick, who were in my recent film. I probably won't cast them again. I'm not sure if they actually want to act anymore anyway. I think it's both of them. It's kind of one experience. But I feel they were just absolutely right for this film. And yes, I'll find some other discovery for the next one. I don't tend to do rehearsals with my cast because I want to create something spontaneous in the moment that I'm filming. So I believe that rehearsing will actually take away. I'll get the interesting. I'll get the goodies in the rehearsal when it won't be when I'm actually shooting. And casting is an area where I consider it an adventure. I like to take risks. So I'll often cast somebody that I haven't screen tested, but I'll just have an instinct that they'll be right. Mm-hmm. And touch wood, so far it seems to be working out. I don't know if it always will, but I take quite big risks. And with the last film, for example, I cast my male lead 3 days before we started shooting, which gave everyone heart attacks. I mean, I created a lot of stress for myself too. But I just, up until that point, I hadn't found the right person, and he emerged anyway in those 3 days before the shoot, and then I introduced him to my leading actress, neither of whom had been in a film before. They both were, one is an artist and the other is a musician, and I introduced them, and for a moment I thought it's going to be a disaster, they're not going to get on at all, because they're meant to be a married couple who have been together for 20 years. So, yes, I mean, most people would have cast many months before and have got these two to get to know each other, and yes, it's just all happened at the last minute, but it's part of the fun in a funny kind of way.